Nothing in life is perfect. But, to me, these things come pretty close. Meet the 4 loves of my life. You can see one of them right here in my lap. This is a Fender American Professional Telecaster 2, and I love it. And I'll tell you why. It's my only electric instrument, and I really, really like that beautiful tube growl I can get from it. Hard to get that from an acoustic instrument. Not impossible, but difficult. This will be a song that we do to demonstrate that sound. I call this one Old Love Reimagined. No parents claim to have a favorite, but they're all lying. If I had a favorite, it'd be this one. This is the Tanglewood. It's been with me a very, very long time. It's my longest serving guitar by a considerable margin. I got it back in high school, actually. There was a competition or an event, a school event for musicianship called Play It Strange, which is organized by the legendary Mike Chun, by the way. You might know him as a member of the Citizen Band and Split Ends, but to me he's the lovely man who promotes musicianship in schools, and he's very, very good at it, an absolute living legend. Shout out to you, Mike. I got this guitar. It was lent to me initially by Richie, who owns a music machine in Napier, another absolute legend. He lent me the instrument to play at this event. It was a Halberg dinner, and I didn't have a guitar to play. He lent me this one, attended the event, and then afterwards, in a fit of generosity, gave it to me. So if you talk about how perfect things can be expensive, this is a good example against it. It didn't cost me a single thing, and it's given me innumerable joy in my life so far, and I can only imagine will continue to do so. So I'm going to demonstrate a tune on this instrument. This is the steel string acoustic guitar. It's a bit of a mashup. Part of it is a song I wrote called Night Drive, and the other part is a song that Justin Vernon wrote, who I'm a massive fan of, called 29 Stratford Apartments. How pretty is that? This beautiful instrument is a Cordoba Rose Fusion 2. It's a solid spruce construction with a rosewood laminate on top. I've wanted it for a long time and got it quite recently. It deserves a place on the guitar stand because a nylon string serves a slightly different purpose to a steel string. It's a bit more muted and a bit more warm, and you can play styles like flamenco and other things which I want to learn on it. Here's a little demonstration. Real pretty.
Can I hear some flamenco? Let's see
I'll
how much
try.
you've been practicing.
cool for you to see me play the same song, the same little riff, on both this instrument and the tanglewood, which you just met before. The song's called Down in the Valley. It's by a band called The Head and the Heart, and it's really pretty, and hopefully you can hear the subtle differences between both those styles of acoustic guitar. Here it is for you. Last but not least, the big boy. This is an acoustic bass. It deserves a place on the guitar stand because it's not a guitar, it's a bass. It does what it does, and it does what it does the best. You can't really replace it, and you certainly can't emulate it on a guitar. Well, you can, anything's possible in production, but you shouldn't emulate it on a guitar when you have a bass to do it with. It's an interesting one to perform for you and to show you a song with, because bass can be a little... I might get roasted for saying that, but it's not as much a solo instrument, unless you're Charles Berthoud or Danny Satko or something like that. Bass lines can be as simple as just root notes behind a full track, like a... Some of the most famous bass lines in history have been really basic root note songs, like... You might recognize as Another One Bites the Dust. But it's great, because they did so much with so few notes. I like to play the bass like that generally as a backing instrument to augment the guitar lines. At the moment, this is the first instrument I actually learned when I was back in high school. At the moment, I'm preferring guitar. That might change. I might get into more of a melodic thing with the bass. You can do some pretty funky stuff on it though, which is pretty cool. You get pretty funky with it. I like it. The acoustic bass, everybody. So there you have it. You've seen them all of my guitars, at least for now. I do have plans for one more instrument before I stop buying guitars. It's my white whale. I've wanted it for a long time. It's an electric version of this bass, and we go with Fender because I am a Fender fanboy. It'll be a Fender American Professional Jazz 2, and it will be beautiful. I'll have it in the same color scheme as the beautiful roasted pine and black you saw on the Telecaster as well. And there's a fair expense in acquiring a guitar like that, so at the moment I'm saving, and we'll see how long I can hold out without just outright buying the thing. You'll also notice there are only 4 slots on the guitar stand. I will have to get its own separate magnificent single stand for the Fender Jazz bass. Maybe I'll update you in the future on that one, but for now, thank you for joining me as I essentially show off my guitar collection. Hope you enjoyed the sounds, and we'll see you for the next perfect thing we find.